Hey everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it is time to finally meet up with the heretics. As we finally got some good information out of Perico here, thank you very much, that if we light a purple flame, they'll come to us, expecting us to be willing to be recruited into their cause. Alright, Minion Roulette today is giving us a wolf pup. Hello there, wolf pup. Alright, Alphino. I'm not familiar with the building of signal fires, but how difficult could it possibly be? Estinian wishes to prepare a signal fire to lure in the heretics. And this one's gonna give us an ether current. So yes, general rule for getting ether currents to eventually unlock flight, there will always be at least one ether current per zone, which is locked behind a main story quest. Just to make sure that you have sufficiently made it through the main story in an area before they give you the ether current and the ability to fly. Pretty good structure, I think. Make sure you at least go through the area on foot and actually experience the zone before you can actually start flying around. If we are to lure our foes to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also described in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You are a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Satora? It should prove a trifling matter for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alphino, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. I will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let us meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. Alright, Alphino's going to be helping build the fire, we're going to get the coloring. Sounds like a plan. Okay, there is a common criticism I hear of this game, which always baffles me and really just indicates that the people who make this complaint just aren't paying attention or giving the story any amount of credit. I see so frequently people complain, oh, the Warrior of Light has to do literally every little thing. Nobody else does anything. They just sit around waiting for us to do all the work. And like, y'all, Alphino and Estinian are currently out gathering the firewood. Earlier, Estinian was talking to various people around Falcon's Nest, for example, in order to gain information. Alphino was helping sort through all the letters to figure out where might we find the heretics. As we go through the game, you will see this frequently. While we are off doing one task, other characters are off doing another task. We're not the only one doing work. Why do people always assume that we are? Are you not reading? I think people just aren't reading. And then they blame the game for their own failure to actually engage with the game. People confuse me sometimes. People confuse me frequently, actually. But like, I see it so often. It always happens. People act like we're the only one doing any work when literally if you actually read the text, they're just off doing another relevant task. Okay, last ether current looks to be relatively nearby. Good. That means we'll probably get it on our way to this quest objective, which is exactly what we need. We need to be up a level to get to the Dreaming Dragon. Let's see. Looks like there's not a lot in the way of a path up over to the east. Here we go. But yeah, this next ether current we grab will be the last one on the field for this area. The rest of them will come from quests. So that is working out perfectly for us. Okay, twin pools discovered. 77 yalms to the southeast. There it is right there. I just needed to look up. Another thing gamers are notoriously bad at doing, though I include myself among that number. Hey, and there's Alphino and Estinian. Perfect. Alright, that should be the last one on foot. And just to confirm, yes, the remaining 5 are from quests. Alright, hello Alphino and Estinian. I left Ishgard on a mission of noble purpose, and now here I am scrabbling for sticks in the snow. How can my hands be at once so numb yet so sore? It would seem that collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alphino. His must have been a privileged upbringing. Ahem. Have you the hides we need? I do, I got 2 of them.
Ah, I should have known it would be you. Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here.
We wanted to speak with you. What should we say? Let's just be direct. We wish to stop Nidhogg's attack on Ishgard. We don't want the people there to suffer. Please, will you help us?
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion. If you but knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest. Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress. 'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Kurthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin. A war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm Heresvelgar, in particular, so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Heresvelgar, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity. Though loath to perform the deed, Heresvelgar ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted. Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, No amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Good gods!
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
Is autumn mist, my friend? I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
And so the first of the 6 shackles placed on us by Midgardstormer have been broken. Exciting. Alright then, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we're going to be taking on the first of the Heavensward ninja quests. Then we're going to be taking on an optional dungeon. And then next week, we'll be getting back to the main story as we make our way west into Dravania. I will see everyone next time for that.